Hello, everyone.
Whoa. It's my turn to do
What
this.
the fuck are you doing,
You
Zach?
always sign us in. It's my turn.
That's because I'm a god.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Today we're going to be discussing who our favourite Doctor is and why.
This is from the Doctor Who series, for those of you who do not know what we are on about.
The British one, you know, the really, really big one.
Yeah, with Daleks, Cybermen, and Time Lords.
And Weeping Angels, and Centaurans, and Slovene,
and
Jadoon.
And aliens, and more aliens.
Yeah.
And aliens.
And humans. Zach is going to begin. Who is your favourite Doctor?
My favourite Doctor is Christopher Eccleston. The first and the big one is that he had the best storyline out of all the Doctor Who series with Bad Wolf. Don't want to go into detail of what Bad Wolf is because I don't want to spoil anything, but...
Spoil anything, Zach. It's been out for like close to 10 years now.
Yeah, but then people might decide to binge watch it, you never know.
Okay.
But anyway, the Bad Wolf is, over the course of the series, you see the words Bad Wolf written around everywhere. Like, you see it about 10 times through the whole series. And in the final episodes, you discover what Bad Wolf is. My second point is he had the best two-part episode in The Gas Mask Child. I don't know if that's the actual name of the episode, but that is what I'm going to recall it for now.
I'm going to chip in here, that was one of the best episodes. It was certainly one of the most scary Doctor Who episodes.
Yeah, as a child that episode scared me as a kid, and the premise of the episode is it's in World War II and there's a gas kid that's got a gas mask for a face. You find out why during the episode, and this episode is really scary. As well as that, the episode introduces you to Captain Jack. Captain Jack is a amazing character in Doctor Who and the spin-off series Torchwood, and he is a very key part into the series and to later series when he comes back in later series. My next point is World War III. This was a battle for Downing Street where aliens invaded Downing Street and tried to take over the world. This was I reckon the first major introduction to aliens you had in this Doctor Who universe. The other ones were just plastic people. These were the first like full-on aliens when they revived the series.
Of New Who, anyway.
But anyway, they are the first introduction, and they are alien-y. They're big green aliens. They look like they're from Mars, but they're not. But they're aliens. As well, in the very first episode, they introduce you to the face of Bo, who, if you're a Doctor Who fan, know that he is one of the most... If they're Doctor Who fans, they will know who the face of Bo is.
He's not in Christopher Eccleston.
Here he is, the second episode.
What?
He's in the second episode.
I thought that was David Tennant.
No, he's in the second episode of David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston. For David Tennant, he's in season 2, episode 1. That's after the first episode after David Tennant's Christmas special when he.
What's the story of Christopher Eccleston's?
It's the day the Earth gets destroyed by the solar flare and Cassandra's trying to take over the ship.
Okay. Oh yeah. Whoops, my bad.
But you find out who the face of Bo is later on. You don't find that out in this series, but they introduce you to the character, who is quite a memorable character. You do, from the first series, you find out who the face of Bo is, but it doesn't actually tell you who it is. But you get introduced to the character of the face of Bo, and who the face of Bo really is before he gets old. If it wasn't for Christopher Eccleston's Doctor Who being so good, the series would not have been revived, and it's still going today, so it shows how good it was to kicking it in to the gears it needed to get to reach the level it has now, because it's a mass audience that watches Doctor Who now. It spanned so many decades, and if it wasn't for Christopher Eccleston, it might not actually be on TV today.
It's a massive shame that Christopher Eccleston actually had a falling out with one of the showrunners, which led to his depart after one series.
And now Adam's gonna tell you who his favourite Time Lord is. It's quite a favourite to most Doctor Who fans.
Probably the teen girls as well.
Yeah, this is probably the #1 pick for most people.
Yes. But we have to give a massive shout out to all of the previous Doctors. I have watched the previous Doctor Who's before, and I did enjoy them as well. But I can't relate to them enough as I can with some of these new ones we got. I think because I got introduced to it with Christopher Eccleston, so he's kind of like my first Doctor that got me into it. But William Hartnell was a great actor, so. Mine is David Tennant. It was a nice change because David Tennant was much more vibrant and upbeat compared to Christopher Eccleston, and it just engaged this whole new audience for the kids. Whereas Christopher Eccleston was probably more adult Doctor. I believe that David Tennant was definitely a more of a family Doctor who you could bring your family to watch the programme with. David Tennant was also the Doctor for 5 years. He also done a numerous amount of specials, all of which were very good and highly critiqued. I also believe that David Tennant left at just the right time. He left when people started to get a bit bored of him, I guess.
No, I wasn't bored of him. I didn't like the guy who replaced him. I wish he stayed on another 2 series.
When the interest began to dwindle, they got rid of him, which was perfectly good. They also, towards the end of his tenure, they also turned him more into a bad guy, as can be seen in The Waters of Mars, where he was the Time Lord victorious, and all of that. So they changed his character, which I think eased into the transition of a new Doctor, but it still made people very upset, myself included. There were also some massive battles in his tenure. These include the Daleks and the Cybermen, the Fish People and the Humans, to which the Doctor's daughter was introduced, and there were many more different battles, and we got to see those on the telly, all of which were very good. Do you remember that Christmas special with the Spider Lady?
Yeah.
That was quite good.
When they went back to the year 1 to see the creation of Earth and the ships. I remember that one.
He also brought back a different villain that had been in it before and hadn't previously been revived in the series of New Who, and that is of course the Master. The Master was a surprise character, no one expected it to be him. The only hint it was someone Time Lord would have been the Fog Watch, and the Face of Bo also alluded that he wasn't alone. However, the Doctor didn't know who the Face of Bo meant. It could have meant the Rani, his granddaughter, his wife, or anyone like that. Captain Jack also featured predominantly, as Zach said, in David Tennant's series. And David Tennant's series also brought River Song, who has been in it for many series now.
Yeah.
How many is that? She's been in it for like 5 series, I think.
The good thing about the River Song and Doctor connection is, as the Doctor learnt more about her, he's getting further back in her timeline, so she knows less about him. So it's sort of playing in contrast with each other.
It was a very clever play on tricks, because at the beginning River loved him, but he didn't know who she was. And then towards the end it was River, he loved River, and River didn't know who he was.
And you also find out the origins of River Song in the Matt Smith series after.
Yes, we do.
You find out a lot of the key points made by the previous 2 series.
You do. The Daleks Take Manhattan was also a good episode, with the pig slaves working for the Daleks and Dalek Sec. So it also brought Dalek Sec. It also brought to us, I believe, the first human Dalek hybrid, which was a very good ploy because it could have meant that Doctor got on with the Daleks. Dalek Khan also went back in time, which inevitably led to him becoming psychotic, because he actually turned on his Dalek friends with the... I forgot what the episode's called. It's where Davros came back and the Doctors and his companions went. Rose came back as well. And yeah, so Dalek Khan helped the Doctor find them and destroy him, which was a bit weird, but psychotic Daleks.
Yeah, and there was an episode where Torchwood and Doctor Who combined for an episode, and it was an episode where the Daleks fought the Cybermen for control of London. In this, the Cybermen come down as ghosts. They're portrayed as the ghost of a family member of someone, and eventually they get zoomed into being Cybermen, and there's a massive... What was it? The sphere thing? What was it called?
Oh, the Dalek prison. But anyway, it trapped them and then it just released them all. Time Lord technology, so it was a prison. The Time Lords trapped all the Daleks inside, and it was bigger on the inside.
Yep. And this episode also links into the Water of Mars episode, because you find out a Dalek was going to kill one of the characters from that episode in the war, but he didn't because it would affect time and space. But the Doctor didn't agree with that, and he still has tried to change time, and it hasn't worked for him.
So that woman was actually...
She was meant to die on Mars, but she didn't because the Doctor saved her and brought her down to Earth. Then she killed herself on Earth to correct the timeline.
Because I remember there was a scene of Dalek, but I never knew why.
Yeah, that was because of the War for London when they fought the Cybermen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So they saved her because it messed with the timeline?
Yeah.
What do you know, folks?
Yeah, and of course we love all the Time Lords, apart from maybe Matt Smith because his series weren't that great. But
Matt Smith was great. He grew in you.
He was one of the ones off the season. I think he left a bit too soon because he just started getting more popular, and he brought in the worst companion in the history of companions, and Clara.
Amy was alright.
Clara Oswald is the worst companion ever. She is so annoying. Just someone get rid of her. And anyway, please like,
please comment,
and please subscribe.
and don't forget to keep it real, lads. Keep it real.